100 nationwide trials. That's performance your corn can always count on. See real results at pivotbio.com/proven it.
News time is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock here on this Monday. Top of the morning from the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded 8 o'clock newscast. We stream this morning to Facebook and YouTube. 2026 could be a momentous year for the city of Clinton with some big decisions on the horizon. Clinton Mayor Helen Michalossi says the ongoing saga of the search for a city hall, police and fire location is hopefully soon to have a conclusion so they can move forward with those projects.
I feel like we're moving a little closer to possibly being able to identify some sites for some of these things. And I have reached out USDA and other funding. I've had some very positive conversations with them in the last 10 days. So I think we're edging closer to being able to say, this is where we want to put it. And we're going to have to figure out how to come up with this much money to make that happen. But I do feel like we're having conversations weekly now with folks about where can they go and with grant funders to see how we may start. I'm hoping the first part of February to start a pre-application process for grant funding. And these grant funders will work with, if we, do the bond route or do, loan program, they will work with that funding source so that we end up with the best deal possible.
Sure.
They've extended, many of the grant funders federally have extended their time from 30 years to 40. We're looking at February. They're going to drop my information I received this week. They're going to drop the interest rate on federal loans probably in February. So it's a great time to be saying, here's what we know we need. We are still working with an architectural firm about what it looks like, what's needed. So I feel like we're inching closer.
Looking to 2026, Mayor Michalossi is also excited about the potential of a new citywide cleanup program called Block by Block. She explains this would rely on either contributions from donors in the community or budgeted money, but the goal is to rally volunteers to help homeowners make simple improvements to their property they may struggle with for one reason or another.
I think we're going to continue to work at cleaning up the community. I also I'm very excited about a program that we're going to call, I think, Block by Block Clinton. And that will be a program where the city will invest a little money and property owners, homeowners can reach out. We'll have an application process that can be approved. And we will come to their property with volunteers and do things like tearing out bushes and trees, laying down some mulch or ground cover that they need, planting some bushes, basically cleaning up and upgrading their property. And they may not be able to do that themselves physically or economically, but we could come in and do that. I worked with this group in Macon County for a few years. It makes a big difference, and it's really helpful to homeowners. I think we're going to jump in and create an application process, in my opinion. And please remember, I'm one of 5 votes on the city council. I think if money is being attached to it, absolutely. But if we could just start the application process this spring so that by summer we're actually able to work on some homes, then it is sort of self-fulfilling. And also sometimes businesses and companies like to contribute to the process as well, either through their workforce for a day or financial support. I am hopeful it will be budgeted in the city budget. For the first year that we can find, even if we do 5 homes, Seth, this year, even if we had $5,000 and spent $1,000 per home, it would be a great start and a good way to kick it up and go.
The mayor is also excited, about the work being done by the committee that is formed, planning for the America 250th celebration. We'll have more on that with the mayor and city administrator Tony Harris later this week at the Hart Media Group. The Low-Income Energy Assistance Program, or LIHEAP applications, would often have to wait weeks rather in order to get the appointment they need. However, it seems to no longer be the case, at least for this year. Brianne Titus with Community Action indicates LIHEAP funds are being distributed for the 2026 budget year, and appointment wait times for applicants have been significantly less.
LIHEAP is fully underway. We do have appointments still available. I was just in the calendar the other day scheduling an appointment, and there are some that are same day, if not next day appointments, which is unheard of because our staff has just been busting through them. And so it's a week to 2 weeks out. So you can get an appointment even same day. We do all of the appointments over the phone. So it's convenient if you work or you're disabled and can't get out of your home. We do them all over the phone. So it's under 30 minutes and you can get the assistance that you need for your bill. And I think a lot of it is because we're doing those phone appointments. And so they are just more efficient and more effective because we kind of prepare that person ahead of time to say, hey, this is the information you're going to need. Make sure you have it readily available with you so that you can recite that information over the phone. Because you have situations that happens, especially if our clients are working like, oh, I didn't get off in time. And then I was running late for the appointment. And then it kind of puts everybody behind where this is just, you don't have to worry about them coming in and sitting down and having the whole thing and then doing all that. It's just, we're doing them so much quicker. And so that's making us go through the appointments faster and be able to help more people.
For income guidelines or to start your LIHEAP application, visit capsule.info. Learn more by finding Community Action on Facebook or call their Lincoln office at 217-732-2159. Get the latest in local news, weather, obituaries, sports, and information anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com. Local sports comes up next.
MR Systems Wireless is your local internet provider for Clinton and surrounding area. They have the products you want and the local service you deserve. MR Systems Wireless Internet service for home or business includes unlimited data, unlimited streaming, and unlimited calling. Plans start at just $48 a month and get a free Roku 4 lease with our media packages. Get the speed you need with MR Systems Wireless. Call them at 935-2100. That's 935-2100 for MR Systems Wireless.
With the stuff that's in the air that's causing many folks discomfort, the Warner Hospital and Health Services walk-in clinic inside our family medicine clinic is just the ticket. CEO Paul Scourin here. No appointment? No problem. Don't need one at our walk-in clinic. Come to the Warner Hospital walk-in clinic and get feeling better. Just another way we provide quality care close to home.
Warner Hospital and Health Services, your healthcare provider of choice.
From the Hart Media Group Sports Desk, IL Sports Wire, and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this local sports report. Keaton Wagler scored 19 points. Andrei Stojakovic and Kylan Boswell each had 17. And the number 16 Illinois Fighting Illini continue to win on the road in the Big Ten Conference, holding off number 19 Iowa 75-69 on Sunday. The Illini improved to 13-3 and 4-1 in the Big Ten as they won their fifth consecutive game and stayed tied for third place in the conference. 3 of Illinois' wins in conference play have come on the road. The Illini also won at Ohio State and Penn State. Illinois led 58-41 with 11 minutes and 25 seconds to play when the Hawkeyes, who are now 12-4 and 2-3 in the Big Ten, began to rally. They got within 4 points 4 times in the last 2 minutes of the game, including at 71-67 with 55 seconds left with a chance to cut the lead further, but Iowa's Bennett Sturts missed a layup. Iowa made most of its run without Sturts, its leading scorer this season at 18 points per game. Sturts picked up his 4th foul with 11 minutes and 36 seconds to go when went to the bench for 7 minutes. During that stretch, the Hawkeyes outscored the Illini 18-10. Tavion Banks led Iowa with 16 points. Tate Sage scored 13. Sturts had 12, and Cooper Koch had 10. Illinois controlled all of the first half. The Illini led 8-0 after the first 3 minutes, getting open shots while Iowa was struggling at the other end of the court. The Hawkeyes had 4 missed shots and a turnover on their opening 5 possessions. Illinois' biggest lead of the first half was 29-11 with 7 minutes and 34 seconds to play before Iowa started to cut into the margin. The Hawkeyes hit 3 consecutive three-pointers late in the half, but couldn't get the deficit to within single digits at halftime, missing their last 5 shots. Illinois is at Northwestern on Wednesday. Iowa is at number 5 Purdue on Wednesday. The Clinton Lady Maroons dominated after the first quarter and defeated the Leroy Lady Wildcats by a final score of 65-35 in non-conference high school girls basketball action on Saturday night in Clinton. Leroy led after the first quarter 20-19, but the Lady Maroons cranked their defense up to 11 as they held the Lady Wildcats to just 15 points the rest of the way. Clinton was led by Lila Kluver, who put up 16 points. Clara Dempsey scored 14 points, while Avery Smith added 11. Kendall Spratt scored 13 points for Leroy. Sadie Owens added 8. With the win, Clinton improves to 16-4 and extends their win streak to 12 games. Leroy falls to 11-6. The Lady Maroons host the Tuscola Lady Warriors on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. The Moreau Forsyth Trojans finished regulation tied against the Cavalry Academy Saints and pulled out the 69-66 overtime win on Monday night in non-conference high school boys basketball action in Clinton. The Trojans were led by Cabrin Lee, who scored 35 points. Kobe Lane added 10 points, while Luke Smith had 9. Luke Blackford paced the Saints with 30 points. Joshua Long added 14 points, while Antoine Hunter had 11. With the win, Moreau Forsyth improves to 9-4, while Cavalry Academy falls to 11-4. The Trojans will take on the Decatur St. Teresa Bulldogs on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Abdul Momo scored 15 points, and Mickey Lowry added 6 points in overtime as UIC took down Illinois State 63-59 on Saturday. Momo added 6 rebounds for the Flames, who go to 7-10 and 2-4 in the Missouri Valley Conference. Elijah Crawford scored 10 points, finishing 5 of 12 from the floor. The Redbirds fall to 12-5 and 4-2 in the MVC. They were led by Mason Clabo, who recorded 15 points. Ty Pence added 13 points for Illinois State. Johnny Kinziger also had 11 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Henderson scored 7 points in the first half for UIC, who led 28-25 at the break. UIC was outscored by 3 points in the second half, and the teams finished regulation tied at 51. Lowry finished 2 of 2 from the field on the way to 6 points in overtime. Jaquan Johnson's 17 points helped Bradley defeat Northern Iowa 75-69 on Saturday. Johnson had 6 rebounds and 5 assists for the Braves, who improved to 12-6 and 5-2 in the Missouri Valley Conference. Ahmet Janovich added 16 points while shooting 5 of 7 from the field and 6 for 7 from the line and had 9 rebounds. Alex Huberges shot 3 for 8, including 2 for 6 from beyond the arc to finish with 10 points. Trey Campbell led the Panthers in scoring, finishing with 18 points. The Panthers fall to 12-5 and 4-2 in the MVC. Ben Schweiger added 12 points and 10 rebounds for Northern Iowa. Leon Bond III finished with 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 steals. Bradley went into halftime ahead of Northern Iowa 40-37. Huberges scored 8 points in the half. The second half featured 8 lead changes and was tied 5 times before Bradley secured the victory. Johnson scored 11 second-half points to help seal the win. Zion Fruster scored 19 points as Eastern Illinois beat Tennessee State 74-70 on Saturday. Fruster added 5 assists for the Panthers, who go to 6-10 and 3-3 in the Ohio Valley Conference. Cooper Jacoby scored 14 points and added 5 rebounds and 3 steals. Preston Turner shot 4 of 7, 4 of 5 from three-point range, and 2 of 3 from the free throw line to finish with 14 points. Khalil London led the way for the Tigers, who fall to 10-6 and 4-2 in the OVC with 23 points. Travis Harper II added 18 points and 6 rebounds for Tennessee State. Carlos Williams finished with 11 points and 2 blocks. Caleb Williams came through in his playoff debut, throwing a 25-yard touchdown pass to DJ Moore with 1 minute and 43 seconds remaining, and the Chicago Bears rallied from an 18-point deficit to beat the rival Green Bay Packers 31-27 in a wild card game on Saturday night. Chicago trailed 21-3 at halftime and 21-6 through 3 quarters, only to outscore Green Bay 25-6 in the fourth on its way to its first playoff win in 15 years. After Williams connected with Moore to give the Bears their first lead since it was 3-0, Jordan Love led Green Bay into Chicago territory, but on third down and at the 28, he dropped the snap, scrambled, and heaved a pass to the end zone with no time left. Jaquan Brisker deflected the ball. The Bears will now host a divisional round game next weekend against the LA Rams. Chicago pulled within 21-16 on DeAndre Swift's 5-yard run early in the fourth quarter. The Packers responded with rookie Matthew Golden breaking 3 tackles and leapfrogging a 4th defender on a 23-yard catch and run for his first career touchdown, making it 27-16. Brandon McManus missed the extra point wide left. The Bears went 76 yards with Williams throwing an 8-yard touchdown pass to Olamide Zaccheaus and hitting rookie Colston Loveland for the 2-point conversion to make it 27-24 with 4 minutes and 18 seconds remaining. The Packers then drove to the Chicago 21 only to come away with nothing when McManus missed Ride White on 44-yard field goal attempt. The Bears responded with a go-ahead touchdown drive. Williams delivered after a shaky start, throwing 361 yards and 2 late touchdowns. He completed 24 of 48 passes and was intercepted twice. Loveland caught 8 passes for a career-high 137 yards for the Bears, who had closed the regular season with tight losses to San Francisco and Detroit. Jordan Love threw for 323 yards and 4 touchdowns after missing the final 2 regular season games. Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, and Jaden Reed each had touchdown catches in the first half. Tyron Hopper stopped a threat in the third quarter when he intercepted a backpedaling Williams near the goal line. The Packers start the offseason while the Bears host a divisional round game against the Los Angeles Rams. Kobe White scored 22 points, Ayo Dosunmu had 20, and the Chicago Bulls beat the Dallas Mavericks 125-107 on Saturday night to snap a 3-game losing streak. The Bulls put 7 players in double figures, outscored the Mavericks 38-8 in fast break points, and never trailed. Nikola Vucevic and Matas Buzelis each added 15 points as Chicago shot 51.5% from the field. The Mavericks began the game without the injured Anthony Davis and lost coach Jason Kidd midway through the first quarter of it after he was ejected for arguing with referee Scott Foster. Ryan Nembhard had 16 points and 6 assists for the Mavericks. Rookie star Cooper Flagg finished with just 11 points and 1 rebound, shooting 4 for 13. Kidd appeared to be angry as he wasn't allowed to challenge a goaltending call against Max Christie. Foster called 2 technical fouls and ejected Kidd. The Mavericks trailed by 8 points at the end of the period, and the game got away in the second. A 13-2 run extended a 7-point lead to 59-41 on Buzelis' fast break layup with about 4 minutes remaining in the half. The Bulls blew it up in the fourth with a 21-4 surge, turning a 10-point game into a 115-88 lead, their biggest of the game. The Mavericks host Brooklyn on Monday. The Bulls visit Houston on Tuesday. Drew Camesso made 37 saves for his first NHL shutout and victory. Connor Bedard set up the first 2 goals, and the Chicago Blackhawks beat the Nashville Predators 3-0 on Saturday night. Called up from Rockford of the American Hockey League on Friday with Spencer Knight and Arvid Soderblom fighting illnesses, Camesso made his first NHL start of the season that night in a 5-1 home loss to Washington. The 23-year-old former Boston University star rebounded against the Predators in his 4th career NHL appearance. Bedard played his second game after missing 12 because of a shoulder injury. Tyler Bertuzzi scored his team-leading 23rd goal and had an assist. And Nick Lardis and Ryan Green added goals to help Chicago, playing its lone road game in an 8-game stretch, win for its fourth time in 5 games. Bertuzzi connected on a power play at 6 minutes and 41 seconds of the second period, knocking the puck into the open right side of Bedard's nifty cross-crease feet. Chicago got the main advantage when Roman Josi was called for holding Oliver Moore. Lardis scored with 8 minutes and 59 seconds left in the third, taking a pass from Bedard in the high slot and firing a wrister past goalie Giuseppe Saros. Bertuzzi then set up Green's empty netter. Saros stopped 18 shots. The Blackhawks host the Edmonton Oilers on Monday night. Mitch Marner had a goal and an assist in his 700th career game. Mark Stone tied the Vegas Golden Knights record with a goal in his 7th straight game, and Vegas defeated the St. Louis Blues 4-2 on Saturday night for its 3rd straight win. Jack Eichel and Shea Theodore, who had been out since December 13th because of an upper body injury, also scored for the Golden Knights. Akira Schmid stopped 17 shots. Robert Thomas had a goal and assist for the Blues, and Jake Neighbors scored the other goal on a power play. Jordan Binnington finished with 21 saves as St. Louis lost its 3rd straight. Stone kept his scoring streak alive with an empty net goal with 2 minutes and 24 seconds left to tie the club record set by Max Picciardi in 2021. Blues defenseman Philip Broberg, who earlier in the day signed a 6-year, $48 million contract extension, suffered an upper body injury just 1 minute and 35 seconds into the game and did not return. He was hurt after Stone's check near the boards. After Thomas gave the Blues their early lead 53 seconds into the first period, Vegas tied it at 7 minutes and 34 seconds when Marner put in his own rebound. Goals by Eichel and Theodore in the second period put the Golden Knights ahead 3-1. The Blues host Carolina on Tuesday. Get highlights of your local high school programs by finding IL Sports Wire on your preferred social media platforms, and get local sports anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Experience the power of better connection with Connexus Fiber Internet. Connexus delivers ultra-fast, reliable speeds to keep you connected at the speed of life. Whether you're working from home, streaming your favorite shows, or gaming with your friends, Connexus has you covered. Say goodbye to buffering and dropped calls and say hello to fiber fast internet. Ready to upgrade your connection? Sign up today by clicking the Connexus icon at DeWittDailyNews.com. Nothing connects us like Connexus.
Central Illinois' news, agriculture, and sports station, WHOW, on all of its platforms, AM, FM, and streamed online, are bringing all the great things happening at our local high schools to the radio in January. We are hitting the road for the 3rd annual WHOW High School Road Tour. Join us when we broadcast live from Cerro Gordo High School from 9 till 10 in the morning on Tuesday, January 13th. Interviewing the Cerro Gordo High School principal, athletic director, student council president, and one of the club student presidents. Join us for the WHOW High School Road Tour stop at Cerro Gordo High School, Tuesday, January 13th from 9 to 10 a.m. to find out all the happenings at Cerro Gordo High School. Sponsored by Kirby Medical Center, located at 1000 Medical Center Drive in Monticello. Excellent care, close to home. State Bank of Bemint, with locations in Bemint, Cerro Gordo, and Ivesdale. Your bank today, your bank in the future.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell claims the central bank's independence is threatened by President Trump. He says the Fed has been served with subpoenas and is threatened with a criminal indictment related to his congressional testimony last June. The death toll in Iran has soared to more than 540 amid nationwide anti-government demonstrations threatening the theocracy with collapse. President Trump, who has threatened U.S. intervention, says Iran is now seeking negotiations. Several people injured in Los Angeles. Someone drove a U-Haul truck into a crowd of Iran protesters. The driver's under arrest. Homeland Security Secretary Noem says
from the ABNewsNewsWithABNews.com, I'm Ari Burbark with this local news update. The Police Department has been in the process of promoting a new deputy chief, and they have finally decided on the candidate. Lincoln Police Chief Joe Meister indicates that at the January City Council meeting, Officer Christy Fruge was promoted to Administrative Deputy Chief of Police. She will now oversee all community-based programs, school resource officers, and the DARE program.
That's correct. Last night, the City Council approved the promotion of Patrolman Christy Fruge to Administrative Deputy Chief of Police, Christy Fruge. Her job is going to be overseeing community-based programs, such as what we were just talking